Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Riesa, Pascal. Now, there's no denying that the pandemic has affected all of us in some way. Being isolated from friends and family has allowed for many people to focus on self-reflection. Our next guest, Alexis Didio, is a psychotherapist and author of the book Your Walk in Life, A Guide to Transforming Your Pain into Peace. The book aims to guide the reader gently through the past and hopes to transform memories into meaningful experience. Alexa, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you say, Alexa, that the pandemic is something we all have to heal from together. Can you tell us why that is so important, especially that together factor?
Yes, because this is one time in life where everybody all over the world is going through the same thing at the same time. Each person's response or reaction to the pandemic is unique, but it's important together that we all acknowledge it and also start the healing process together.
That's right. And I know you also say that with key tools, people can work through trauma and live a meaningful life. So let's talk about the first tool, as you call them.
Yes, acknowledging it. I
Okay.
think it's so important to be able to acknowledge that this pandemic has impacted you, either physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, even spiritually,
Hmm.
and be able to see how it has impacted your quality of life.
Right. And then number two, don't let it define you. What does that mean?
Yes, this is something that has happened to you, not define you. And so many times when there's trauma, there's crisis, people see out of that lens of the event. So I want to make sure people say we're not going to deny that this had an impact on our life, but we're not going to let it define our lens and our walk in life.
I really like that one. Okay, let's talk about number three, stop negative thoughts.
Yes, this is also something that we catch ourselves so many times with this negative monologue that keeps running through our mind. It could be negative self talk, negative beliefs about different outcomes or events. And it's important to be able to catch it and start to adjust it and combat it with positive monologues and positive self talk.
Now, what are some of your favorite positive monologues to combat it with?
This too shall pass. I am good enough.
Yeah.
I am worthy. I am successful. Let go, let God.
Have you ever seen those? There's a viral video of this little girl standing on a bathroom sink looking in the mirror, and she's like, I'm beautiful, I'm wonderful, I'm fantastic. I love that. That's what I'm thinking of as you're sharing. Okay, number four, community of support. That's important.
Yes, surrounding yourself and building yourself a community of peers, of colleagues, maybe people you already know, but also going out there and looking for people who maybe are also working on themselves, who are going through something similar, but people who want a better outcome, who are really able to be vulnerable and be able to say, okay, how can I be a work in progress and keep moving forward?
Nice. Lastly, I think this is a sensitive one for a lot of people. Professional help. Not everyone's willing to head that way. Tell us about that.
Yes, yes. And this is really essential, I find, because we go through the trauma sometimes, the abuse, the crisis alone. You don't have to go through the healing and the recovery alone. And it's important to have a trained professional to create that space, as I like to call it, the nesting place, that
Nice.
space that's safe for you to be vulnerable, to experiment, to learn, and also start redefining your sense of self.
That's right. Alexa, where can we go for more information? This is excellent advice. I think our viewers want to know more.
Yes, thank you. Yes, AskAlexaTherapy.com.
Fantastic. Alexa, thank you again for joining us for this helpful information. We appreciate that.